Here's a look at the objectives of promotion. You should always have promotional objectives or goals. Ideally, goals should be specific, measurable, and based on a specific time frame. The discipline of formally writing your goals forces you to think about what you're trying to accomplish in a way that's measurable over a defined time period. In my opinion, if you don't have a clear understanding of what you want to accomplish, you should probably spend some time developing your plans and specific goals before spending a lot of money on promotional activities. You may have to do some marketing research to find out where you are right now so you can set objectives for where you want to be at some point in the future. Promotional objectives vary a good bit from one organization to another and within organizations over time. Large firms with multiple promotional programs operating at the same time may have a lot of variety in their promotional objectives. Here are some examples of possible promotional objectives. Creating awareness is one thing that promotion can accomplish. But how can this be measured? Here's one way. When we studied consumer behavior, do you remember the concept of the consideration set, also called the evoked set? It's defined as a group of brands that a buyer views as possible alternatives when making a buying decision. Consumers value brands that they have heard of more than brands that they don't know anything about, even when they don't know anything about the brand other than the name. Brand recall and brand recognition are both aspects of brand awareness. Here's a sample question. What bottled water brands are you familiar with? This question measures unaided recall. Here's an example that measures aided recall or recognition. Give a sample of consumers from your target market a list of bottled water brands, including your brand, and ask them, which of the following bottled water brands have you heard of? If they can recognize your brand, then you know they'll notice your brand in a store. Most promotional activity tries to stimulate demand. If you're introducing an innovation, your product will be in the introductory stage of the product life cycle, and you probably will be trying to stimulate primary demand. That's demand for the product category rather than a specific brand. For products that are not innovations, you try to build selective demand, the demand for a specific brand. You could build selective demand by promoting the features that set you apart from competing brands. Your goal could be to build awareness of a specific feature and measure the percentage of consumers in your target market who are aware that your product has that feature. Selective demand can also be stimulated by offering free samples, coupons, test drives, contests, or games. Prospecting is the process of finding good prospects. That is, finding consumers likely to want to buy your product. If personal selling is important to your business, identifying good prospects can help your salespeople be more productive. This is especially important in business-to-business marketing, where personal selling is commonly the primary promotional method. Your website or social media pages could include opportunities for prospects to request additional information. Email or telephone inquiries are other ways to identify prospects, and you should always follow up with inquiries, because these people are probably good prospects. Let me give you a personal example. In addition to teaching marketing principles, I also teach classes in predictive modeling. These classes use statistical and other quantitative methods to make predictions, so predictive modeling is a little like a hobby to me. I do a lot of internet searches and purchase books on the topic, so I've left an electronic trail on the internet that identifies me as someone interested in predictive modeling. One day I received an email from IBM offering me a free white paper on how to use IBM's technology to make better marketing decisions. All I had to do was give them my name, the name of my employer, the number of employees at my company, my job title, and my telephone number. Why do you think IBM wanted this information? I think they were trying to find out if I was a good prospect for their products. So this is a good example of using promotion to find prospects. The lifetime value of a customer is the present value of the future net cash flows expected over the lifetime of a customer relationship. The longer the relationship lasts, the higher the lifetime value. So maintaining long-term customer relationships is a major goal of most marketers. Effective consumer retention plans include information systems that identify the best customers and add incentives to sell more to the best customers. Increasing customer retention is the largest revenue driver ahead of getting new customers, technological advances, and entering new markets. According to Bain Consulting, a 5% increase in customer retention can increase profits by 75%. 80% of future revenue growth comes from 20% of the existing customers, and it's 6 to 7 times more expensive to gain a new customer than to retain an existing one. Customer relationship software that creates and maintains a customer database provides a foundation for increasing customer retention. You should keep up with purchase patterns, for example, which customers have not made a purchase in 6 months. If you have a relatively small number of customers, periodically send thank you notes. Stay in contact, and maybe send out a newsletter. Above all, reward your most profitable customers. If your products are sold through retail stores, your promotional objectives should include ways to build the support of your resellers, the retail stores you depend on to sell your products to the ultimate consumers. You want retailers to enthusiastically buy, display, and promote your products. One common way to build support is through co-op advertising. This is cooperative advertising. Co-op is a very widely used technique. Almost every product you see in retail stores have co-op plans behind them. If you're a retailer, here's how co-op advertising works. The manufacturer puts a fraction of the money you spend buying its products, in your co-op account. You have access to the money. If you follow the co-op plan rules, you can use the co-op money to pay to advertise the product in your store. Generous co-op plans give retailers a strong motive to actively buy and promote your products. In addition, special buying offerings and discounts are used to build reseller support. You probably keep an eye on what your competition is doing, and if it looks like they're ramping up their promotional efforts, you may want to counter with increased promotions of your own. I would say that I understand the temptation to do this, but keep in mind, it may make you feel better, but it may not increase sales or market share. I still think the best way to manage promotion is to set measurable objectives that address awareness, encourage product trial, build loyalty, and build retailer support. Demand typically varies from one month to another because of the impact of climate, holidays, seasons, and the economy. Promotions and prices can be changed to try to build demand during sales slumps. For example, if January and February typically have lower sales, you can plan on promoting special low prices during these months. If demand is higher during October and November, your promotions could focus on other themes, such as encouraging product trial or building loyalty. That's a look at the objectives of promotion.